Welcome to the Effortlessly Abundant Life podcast. I'm Natalia, a certified hypnotherapist and a mindset shifter. Not too long ago, I was a broke, burned out, multi-passionate, single woman to now making six figures effortlessly, marrying the love of my life and attracting what I want by using my unique bridge method. I'm here to help you achieve the results you want in any area of your life by owning your true unique self with less doing, less stress, and definitely less effort. Now let's jump to today's episode in 3, 2, 1. Hello, my gorgeous souls, and welcome to another episode of Effortlessly Abundant Life. I'm so excited for you to be here in this podcast with me because today we're going to talk about something that feels truly alive for me right now. And I feel it's time. It's time to talk about the deeper things. It's all about me coming up more authentically and going deeper. So before we're going to go deeper, just want to kind of give you a quick life update. In the last episode, I was talking about how I feel burnt out and how I feel not inspired when it came to my creating my app and just creating in life, and didn't feel inspired as much as I would want to. And I would beat myself down and would create this kind of cycle where I would push and then I would not really feel happy about it. And I would just feel disappointed. And then I feel like, why I feel disappointed. And it's just like this constant judgment. Even if I do, it's not enough. And when I don't do, why do I why do I do not do it? So if you kind of feel you in this rat and in this cycle, what you right now need to do is completely stop. And that is why tomorrow I'm going to Massachusetts with my family for a week to completely disconnect and give myself the permission for the first time in my life to not do. I feel every vacation, even if I tell myself I'm not going to do anything, I end up kind of sucking myself into answering emails, doing calls, or doing something related to work, right? And a lot of times because I feel I need to, or because I feel like I need to, but I really want to give myself the permission to connect, to be present, to connect to what excites me every single day as a manifesting generator. This is my compass. This is what actually leads to my abundance, to my purpose in my life. Follow those breadcrumbs that look small, right? Every single day by asking myself, like yesterday, I asked myself, what feels exciting for me today? And the answer was go for massage. And I did. And today, actually, I feel like what feels exciting for me and was today to sit down and talk to you about what I'm going to share with you today. So I just want to invite you because it's so interesting, right? I am a mentor, coach that helps my clients exactly with that as a human design reader. I help my clients to connect to their aliveness, to connect them back to their authentic self, and through that to manifest the most amazing freaking life. If it's more abundance, if it's a better relationship, if it's our relationship, if it's just anything they're ever dreamed, but getting it from a place of effortlessly, not just working hard. And it's interesting that I spoke to my mentor about this week, how much we as mentors, we going through the same things we thought were like crack the code and here we are, I'm going to teach the world. And it's like, there's a deeper level, right? There's a next step that is asking you and calling you to step into. And it's such a good reminder for all of us to know that the work, it never ends. And it's humbling, but it's a good reminder for all of us to not think like, oh, I did it once, I'm good, I'm done. This is an endless work in terms of, it's a good thing, right? Because we're endlessly expanding and there's always more and there's always deeper. And especially now, we're going to talk about it. What an incredible time we live as human beings, where we've been called to go deeper, where we've been called to break more of the illusion of what we think we are, so we can step to who we actually inside of us and bring it to life. So without further ado, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's a big topic, how to escape the matrix. When we think about the matrix, and I'm asking you, what do you matrix means to you? Right? You've probably been exposed to the Matrix, the movie. But to me, when I think about the Matrix, is what people think about, and what I used to think about when I thought about the Matrix, right? Was, okay, we're done with the 9 to 5, we're done with civil life and the modern life and having all the comfortable things in life. I'm just gonna buy or just build a cabin in the jungle and quit all social media and just quit all things that we consider normal. And that's it. That's escaping the matrix. That is one aspect of it. But the matrix, when we understand that, the matrix is a set of beliefs that is actually creates a perception. And we live through this perception, it becomes a matrix. It's almost like fulfilling itself and it's getting more and more strong. And a lot of people, you know, when you ask them, well, are you happy in your job? Or are you happy in your marriage? Are you happy in life? They're going to say, no, but this is life. Like, this is what it is. Like, everybody, that's what it is. And we all live in this reality together, right? We all live in this world right now. But yet, everybody has a different reality. Everybody has a different perception of the reality. And how I came to that conclusion, not from whoever told me something, it's truly my personal experience, and I'm going to share with you, is when I started to doubting and I start questioning. I always been, since a little girl, by the way, I was always in class. I was very engaged. I love asking questions. I love going deeper to the root of all the things. And a lot of things didn't make sense to me. A lot of religious things didn't make sense to me. A lot of history stuff didn't make sense to me. Just in general, life didn't make sense to me. What is this like? And I felt also as a singer, like coming to New York, and I questioned, like, how come these people that we see on the top of the charts and MTV and just like listening to the radio are not the most incredible talented? They just seem like they've been really hyped and marketed in a good way, but they're not really, like, I see so much more people talented than that. Something about the industry didn't make sense to me. Something about politics didn't make sense to me. Didn't make sense to me to go to school for 12 years and then go to university for another. If you do a master, also a doctorate, forget about it, right? But let's say in average, you go to another 7 years of your life. And then forget about all the debt you're already in, right? And then you go into a job that barely pays you. And then you work, and maybe you get 2 weeks off in the year, and then maybe you retire and you get 10 years of freedom, finally. And then the funny meme that comes to my mind when I think about it is the two old couple that is going to visit Venezia in Italy for the first time, and they're literally, their mouth is open and they're sleeping. They're so tired, and they fell asleep in the gondola because they're so tired. Their life they've been working, doing. And then when it actually came for them to enjoy life, to explore life, to see the world, they are so tired. Or God forbid, they got sick. And some people also not even getting to that age. So a lot of it didn't make sense to me. A lot of things didn't make sense to me since 2020. That's And I shared it in my previous podcast how I had my awakening where I was like, something doesn't make sense to me here. Why are we being forced here? What is happening here? Why we have right and left? Why we have all these things that create our reality? And the more I go deeper, the more I found out that it's all been intentionally been programmed into our mind. And I think the biggest and the strongest weapon is controlling our consciousness, controlling our focus, controlling our minds, because that is what we conceptualize as reality. That is our matrix. And when we are living in a matrix, there's some kind of order, there is control over us. So going back to the question of what a matrix is for me, it's a perception. It's when we know how we know that we actually broke off the matrix is when we start to awake to the idea that, oh my God, there is a different way. There's no one way to live life. And when you actually know when you're out of the matrix is when you no longer live by outside rules, when you actually live life by from the inside out, when you actually listen to your own authority, your own intuition, your own inner guide and wisdom and voice, and not because government told you, because your mom told you, because society told you. When you truly live life from the authentic voice in itself, that is how you know you are living your truth. You broke off the matrix. Basically, it's when you're no longer living by, it's like the matrix, right? The outside is no longer controlling you. And the world that you create is a true representation of who you really are from the inside. So this is my definition. And the question is how we even start going about this. The fact that you've been listening to this, by the way, you are already maybe in the beginning stages, more maybe in the middle. There's never end, but you're definitely somewhere in the middle if you're listening, because this is where we have the beautiful laws of the universe, right? Like attracts like. And the more you open yourself up to that, the more information comes to you about that. That is why you cannot convince, and I'm not trying to convince or talk to people that are not in the same wavelength. And I have friends like that are completely in a different, almost like a parallel universe. They see things completely different ways. They like a very ordered life. They like their jobs. They like to know, and they going to the doctor religiously, and they trust their doctor religiously. They trust the government religiously. They really think that what the media and the TV and whatever is on the TV is the truth, and they are living life by that. And that is for them. That is their journey. And this is what their soul is currently at. That's okay. There's no better or worse. It's not like, oh my God, I am better than you because I realized something. No, that's not how it works. And I don't want you to also get into what we call the spiritual ego, right? Where you think just because you got awakened, that's it, you're better than other people. That's not the truth. It's actually harder, right? Because now you see the duality. There is a lot of friction. The relationship that you used to have is no longer working. The people around you that you thought they're going to be your forever people are no longer a match. You just don't feel the alignment there. You don't feel the connection there. And that is okay, because you can no longer go back. Once you wake up, once you are aware, once you see things differently, you can no longer go back. And that is very exciting. It's very frightening. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I want you to know you're not alone. And there's so many of us that's going through this awakening right now. And they feel they're breaking the matrix, but they feel like they're being sucked in and then out, and they're in and then out, and they don't know what to do. And we still want to have the sense of community. We still want to feel like we belong. But what I really want you to understand, the true connection that you want to feel is not with other people. It's your connection to yourself. And the more you're going to devote yourself and understand that the most important relationship is you within yourself. Because everything is a reflection of your relationship with yourself. And the second most important relationship is you and source. And I mean, this is a whole other podcast I can talk about, right? But coming to yourself is the biggest gift you can give yourself. And the more you're going to do that, you just don't need as many people around you. It doesn't even matter who's around you or doesn't, right? It's just like, okay, like, cool. I'm getting, my dopamine. I'm getting my friends, whatever, quality time, but I'm not craving it. I don't need it. And that is a good thing, right? Because you feel and you start cherishing your alone time even more. And that's how like you're getting to the point where you're breaking your own matrix. So how we break our own matrix, that's a whole conversation. And speaking of conversation, I created for you a bundle that contains 5 of my favorite courses that I created so far. If it's clear to create in 3 steps that helps to alkaline any low frequency vibration, every feeling that you feel like anger, anxiety, fear, especially in this time where we in this uncertain time and things are changing, things feel very scary, to alkaline that within you to the feeling of certainty, feeling of trust, feeling of love, and doing it for yourself. That's when you become your own magician and nothing can affect you anymore because you are your own magician. You are the own creator of your own life. And I have breakthrough breath work that I'm doing as well. And oh my God, I have my abundance course and so many. One of my favorite courses, so you can start, own, and hone your own power and create the life of your dreams. Also, I have there my human design masterclass that is being used, your best manifestation hack, that is really going to help you to tap to who you really are, because it's so hard to know who you are when you are being conditioned to all these things that told you who you're supposed to be, right? But human design is what really helped me to start navigating and seeing the truth. And all this goodness, guys, that is truly valued in thousands of dollars, I priced it at, wait for it, $11. There is no catch. There is none of that. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want you to have the access to everybody in this world. I want to have the access to the tools that help me to discover your true power, because that's what we've been called to right now. To really understand how truly powerful we are. We don't need anybody to save us. We're here to save ourselves. And if everybody do the work that I've been doing and I'm sharing through these 5 courses, the world is going to be different. The world is going to be truly filled with people that are self-sufficient. They don't need anybody to make them happy or certain or abundant. They create it for themselves. They know who they are. They share their gift from the most authentic way. And just imagine a world lived and filled with people that are living in their authenticity. They're here to share their talents and their truth and who they authentically are, and not just being a replica of the same thing that we think needs to be in order to be successful in this world. We're filled with people that are our own true leaders, and they're not afraid to say their truth, and they're respectful, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like this is the world we're leading to, and we need to. But because we've been so conditioned to have somebody to save us, If it's from the religion aspect, if, right, like Jesus is going to come, the Messiah is going to come, like somebody's going to come and save us. Like, it's not about somebody come to save us. It can inspire us. But in the end of the day, we have to enter. We have to do the thing and go deeper and create the transformation. So we're no longer being sucked back to what got us to this point eventually. Because all of us are responsible to what we see right now. If you like it or you don't, it's a collective consciousness. So how we break from the matrix? First of all, the awareness. First of all, the understanding that you created this. And the thing is, we are being born with a DNA that contains all our ancestors' fears, excitements, all things that were held significant emotional state are stored in our DNA. We're literally born with this. So on top of that, from the age of 0, from the age of actually being in the womb, we start collecting data. We started collecting all those patterns, right? From being in the womb all the way to the age of 7, and I would even argue 8, of collecting the data. What is the world? That's what a baby does. The baby is copying. I have a 2-year-old son. All he does is copy what I say, is copy people around us. People are going to start clapping, he's going to start clapping. If people start nodding their head, he's going to nod his head. If somebody's going to say to him something, he's going to repeat it back to them. That's what they're meant to do in order to survive. That's how it is for a baby. They don't think, oh, this doesn't make sense. They don't even they're not questioning anything. They're just doing what they've been told, and they learn pretty quickly to understand what needs to happen and what's going to make their parents happy in order to survive. Because if their parents are not happy with them, it means they're not going to live, right? They're not going to get the food. They're going to be expelled from the tribe. And that's why we truly hold on to so many beliefs. We're not even aware of them from past life all the way of being 7 years old and 8. And then on top of it, at all the years after of the repeating patterns of the things that we held true, that is just gaining so much momentum and so much proof that we don't even question it. We don't even question it. So with the work that I do with my clients, a lot of times when we go to the root cause and we really start clearing, what is this? Because a lot of times you think the problem you have in your business has nothing to do with what happened to you when you were a 3-year-old, and it has a lot of it. Because if you at 3 years old saw your parents scrambling for quarters just to pay lunch, or they've been so frugal they didn't what we call spend or invest any money from other what's needed, and never gave you anything that you ever wanted, and you just saw them work, obviously it's going to affect your business. You're always going to manifest where you are, and where you are is not enough, and working a lot. In order to survive, in order to have, I need to work a lot of time. That is what you're going to manifest. So it's no matter how much money you make, you're always going to feel it's never enough, and you're always going to work more and more and more and more. So the awareness of, oh my God, 99% of the things I believe that are true, what we call reality, are not even mine. That is not who I am. That's not what I decide. That's not my values. That's not my vision. So just the awareness and taking a step back and understanding, holy shit, is this my life? This is like, I'm living my life right now, or I'm living somebody else's life. I'm living for somebody else's life. Because we wanted to please our parents. We wanted to please people around us. We wanted to please this idea that we thought, oh, if I'm going to check all the boxes, I'm going to be valued and I'm going to be respected. But yet, when you achieve that, it just feels yuckier because you don't get the emotion of the satisfaction. Because guess what? You're not following your truth, your authentic self, your soul's calling. And the gap feels bigger now because you like, I don't know what else to do. So the first thing is the awareness and understanding that 99% of all of what you are in your reality is not even yours. And now it's time. The second step is to start questioning them. Start questioning what is actually true for you. And here's the thing, for you right now, because you're going to see a lot of times you're going to peel another layer and another layer. And for now, just really feel what resonates with you. Does it resonate with you for you to go to school? Does it resonate with you to go to university or college? Does it resonate for you to go and spend most of your life working for a job that doesn't feel good just for a piece of paper? Does it feel good? Does it feel right for you? Does it feel good for you to send your kids for a daycare and see them maybe a couple of hours a day? Does it feel good to you? And the reason why I'm saying it, it's not because I'm judging it. It's because I want you, if you feel that it doesn't, I want you to know that it's not supposed to be this way. If you don't feel it's good, it means that that is not your life. And it's time to start questioning it. Is it really mine? Is it what I want? And that is what I started questioning myself. I was like, I had multiple lives, I feel, in this life that I've been living for the past 30 years. Like I've been having multiple lives. And I still feel like I'm giving, this new version of me is coming through me every, like, I don't know, 4 times, 5 years, like every phase of my life brings something else for me. So I want you to start knowing that what you don't feel that is right for you is actually your compass, your inner self that wants nothing but the best for you, is asking you to see things differently, to trust what actually feels good. And ask yourself, what would feel good right now for me? Oh, to have more time with my family, to have more time with myself, to have more space. So through the bundle, you're going to have access to working through the limited beliefs, working through the emotions that come up, because that is the work. It's not the big things. It's the daily little things that you're shifting to what used to run you, the anxiety, the stress, the overwork, the exhaustion, to now start taking back your power back and start choosing how you want to feel. Start choosing to know what's true for you. And then by doing the work inwards, you're going to start seeing a different reality. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's definitely going to happen pretty quickly. And it's going to be very, very exciting. And that is the work, guys. That's how you escape the matrix. And if the answer after that is going to the woods and living off the land and having solar panels and literally raise your own chickens and whatnot, sure, but don't skip the most important work. That is the work that is going to really set you free, because that's what we really, really crave, is to be free, to wake up and choose how we want to feel, to choose how we want to live. And it all starts, but not escaping what we feel is trapping us, because what trapping us, is what we allow to be true, what we believe to be true, is what we decide to do and think and feel. And when we start understanding that you have the power to change that, now you're in a different frequency. And now it's a law where you're going to be start manifesting and be a match to something completely different. And I'm so, so excited for you that you're going to have this tool in your back pocket. And that is my intention for you. to know that you're more powerful than you think you are. And you're not alone. And this is the time. This is the time. Don't wait for when you're going to be a certain income, a certain time, when your kid's going to be out of the house. Now it's the time. Because collectively, we've been all forced, and we're all going to be seeing right now crazy things. If you're not already feeling it and seeing it, wake up. It's happening. Things are going to be crazier by the minute. Uncertainty is going to be 10 times bazillion. And that is why you've been called to create the certainty within you. You're going to be called to create the clarity within you. You're going to be called to create a connection within you to source more than ever, because nothing will make sense. The matrix is going to be so chaotic that it's going to be impossible for you to hold on to what you thought was safe anymore. Because the only thing that's going to be feeling safe is you and the connection with you and the certainty with you and source. That's it. So that's my invitation for you guys to go deeper into the bundle. As I said, the price is insanely low. And as I said, the reason is because I want you to have access for it. And it's going to be a no-brainer for you to start doing the work one course at a time. And the impact you're going to have is freaking insane. And I'm so excited for you. So everything is in the show notes. And if you feel called to, feel free to share this with anybody that share the same thoughts like you and want to know that they're not crazy. Share this episode with them and tag me on your social media if you post it on your stories, and just kind of like your aha moment, something that really inspired you, you want to share with everybody. Please do. And you're going to get a free gift from me, getting your free abundance hypnosis. And with that, my loves, I love you so much. Sending you so much love. And I'll see you in our next episode.